Welcome to today's video. Should you summon for Toshiro? And the TLDR is yes and no. Let me explain. Yes, of course, if you like the character, go for him. I think the PT system in this game is fantastic, and if you try to get Bankai Ichigo and you have already PT built up, go for him. You will get a lot of tickets, you will be able to pull for him for the A0 for sure. Yes, if you care about leaderboards somewhat. So what I mean by this is if you want to go for the tower, or if you want to try to go for the leaderboards in the feast, even if it's a low spender or free to play, if you care about this kind of content, go for him, because he's needed. Why is he needed? Because the other option we have is Ururu. And sadly, she is not that good. Multiple reasons why not, but I'm not going to go deep into detail on why. I will have a separate video for this and go over kits in a separate videos. But just let me tell you, she's not that good. But she's fun to you, she is fun to play to you. And Toshiro is not your guy. Don't pull for Toshiro. This is a gacha game. And it's similar to the MiHoYo games, it's similar to Zenless Zone Zero kind of games. Don't pull for any single character just because you feel like you have to pull because they're good. They will be eventually power crept, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 12 months from now. They will eventually be power crept. And if you don't enjoy them, don't pull for them. That's the major thing why I'm telling you not to pull for Toshiro. If it's not for you, if you don't like the playstyle, and spoiler alert, you can test him out in the event. Let me show you. In the event daily, you can test him out. You can build the limited trial characters here, and you can test those characters out. You can test how the team works. Do that before pulling and decide then. Because the major issue with Toshiro is that he has a distinctive playstyle, and his playstyle is mostly based on one big nuke at the end of his Bankai and cycling through his Bankai and through his abilities fast. And he's doing that by having an increased damage on his normal attacks. So this is the first part. The second part, and this is the most important part, is that his banner is not that good. Just not that valuable. Rukia as an SR, don't get me wrong, is fantastic. She's great. She does a lot of damage, and in fact, if you pull multiple copies or even get her to BL6, she's going to be a major carry of the team actually. She deals so much damage, it's insane. But the value comes with dupes. And you don't want to overinvest in SRs when later down the line, let me show you the leaks. Careful, if you don't want to be spoiled, by the way, of the upcoming characters. Turn off the video now, just listen to me. Maybe for the next 2 minutes skip the part, maybe. But just telling you, I'm going to spoil the next characters. I'm going to just talk about the next 2 characters, but on screen you will see all the possible characters coming up. So just be warned. Again, if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm sorry. Maybe skip ahead a few minutes. I will put a stamp into the video so that you know that there is no spoilers. Okay, so you have been warned. Spoiler ahead. These are our next characters that have been data mined and quote-unquote leaked. Yeah. Gin will be next, and we assume Aizen will be the New Year's banner. So, and he's a tactic character, sorry. And he has a special technique of his battlefield skill, which is the Kurohitsugi. And we already seen this. I will also play a video here, a small video to let you showcase this. And he will most likely replace Rukia in the Spirit team. Of course, if you like the freezing mechanics, if you like the Momo, Rukia, Toshiro mix, you don't have to pull for Aizen. I'm not saying that you have to pull for Aizen. I'm just saying, if you care about the leaderboards, if the yeses I mentioned you care about, then most likely you care about getting Aizen too, because he just replaces Rukia straight up. That's why I'm telling you guys. If you're not sure if you want to pull for Toshiro, skip this part. and maybe go for Gin. Gin could replace Ikaku, or if you haven't had the chance to pull Ikaku, Gin could be a good replacement for him. We don't know yet. We don't know the kits yet, we just know we got teased about what we can expect. The same goes for every single character you see there. If you have a favorite character, again, go for them. This is long-term gacha. In this case, we just don't know what their kit is, but what we have here in the banner is not good enough to warrant to go full on for Toshiro. And the second part why I'm saying that this Toshiro might be a trap is because of his weapon. Like I mentioned before, a lot of his damage comes from basic attacks. It's a lot of different damage profiles. Again, I will go into his kit in a later part of in a later video. Sorry, but the major problem is that a lot of it is in his weapon. And one of the most underrated parts of what is going on in his weapon stamp that is so important for his kit is this part here. They cannot be interrupted. So when he's going into his technique, into his Tensor Jurin, his basic attack damage will be increased. He has a full-on attack string of 7 attacks, more or less. And those attacks, if they get interrupted, you lose a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. And you take a lot more damage too. And you want to avoid this. And this weapon core, it might seem worse than Bankai Ichigo's, but when playing Toshiro, you feel the difference. And I will showcase this again in a later video when I talk about Toshiro in detail, because on my free-to-play account, I can feel the difference of not having the weapon. The same thing goes for his stamp, his core stamp. His core stamp is super important too. And when you go for these banner units, for these limited time champions, whatever you want to call them, you have to account for, have you gotten enough resources to get his core stamp? And have you gotten enough resources to get his weapon? Because when the core kit relies on those two things to work properly, maybe you shouldn't pull if you don't have the resources. As tough as it is, maybe you should hoard a little bit more and go for another favorite characters of yours. In this case, his core stamp is maybe even more vital than his weapon, because you increase the nuke of his Hyuten Hyokasu by quite a lot, as you can get the 12 Ice Blossoms, and his basic attack deals more damage to affected targets by freeze points, which you put up instantly as soon as you do one single basic attack. It just cycles so much faster through his basic and his Bankai state, right? And you don't even have to switch much to other characters. That's why, if you don't have the resources to pull for him, don't pull for him, don't go for him. Skip him, use Ururu as much as you can, try to climb the towers and leaderboards as much as you can, but the difference in rewards isn't even that big, to be honest. So be smart about how you pull. In my personal opinion, if you're completely free to play, don't go for him. The main reason I went for him on my free to play is because I skipped Bankai Ichigo, as I was prioritizing getting a full spirit team over getting him, right? That's the main reason. And that's basically it. That's all this video is about. Again, quick sit rep. If you have the resources to get his core stamp, if you have the resources to guarantee his weapon, and if you want to be a little bit more competitive, go for him. And if he's your favorite character, go for him. If you hate or dislike Ururu's gameplay style, go for him. And if all this doesn't apply to you, maybe skip him. Maybe skip him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention real quick. Momo isn't that good. I will make a separate video for her. I will make a video of the whole team. Stay tuned to this. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe and comment. Let me know if you have pulled and if you got lucky. See you in the next video. Bye bye.